Hi guys and welcome back. Now, before we can actually really do anything on Kraken, we do need to get verified first. Now, the verification comes in 4 tiers. So technically that means 4 stages. Now, what this means is every time you go up another stage, you are allowed to withdraw and deposit more and potentially trade more, especially in fiat currencies. Whereas if we're purely working in cryptocurrencies, there is not really a limit on how much you can withdraw and deposit. However, to get the money in first, we normally need to deposit something we already have, which is usually euros, dollars, or pound. So let me show you how to do that. Once you're on the home page, it will be good to go straight to get verified. Once you select this, it will come up with the verification page. And this will immediately show you every single tier and what you're currently entitled to do. So when we start off, we will be starting off with tier 0. Now this means you have a limit of absolutely nothing. You cannot even withdraw and deposit. Now this is because all you've done is sign up. You have not even given your personal information. Now what you have to remember, guys, is cryptocurrencies, they are very closely linked to money laundering, drug use, and of course buying items on the dark web which are illegal. So for investment purposes, we have to make sure we're doing this correctly. Now these institutions and exchanges, they don't want to get shut down, and we don't want them to get shut down as our money goes with it. So everything has to be above the law, especially for investment purposes, which, it gives us a sigh of relief and it gives them a sigh of relief. So it's good we just stick to the rules and we give in our information as soon as possible, and we just have a streamlined process to investing. So the first thing you want to do, and what I actually personally recommend, is completely get every single tier signed up for. Now this is because they see you as a serious investor, they will prioritize you, and they will streamline you further into getting verified quicker. Whereas if you just go straight for tier 1 or 2, it can take a bit of time to get verified and they may not really care. It sounds harsh, but that is how it currently works without this regulation going on. So when we move to tier 1, you cannot deposit any money yet. You can only deposit crypto, which again has no limit for deposit and withdrawals, which is great. However, when it comes to this, account funding is limited to digital currencies only. So again, we can't really do much and we don't actually have any cryptos yet. If you do, that's great, send them through, just get tier 1 verified. But it does say here actually, you can only withdraw up to 20,000 USD a month, which again, shouldn't really be that much of a problem. We probably won't need to be withdrawing that much on a monthly basis, let alone 2,500 on a monthly basis. So I guess if you are just purely already in the cryptocurrency space and you just have some spare Bitcoin or Ethereum, go for it, stick to tier 1. However, we want to be a bit more serious here, and for most of us, we have not started off with cryptocurrencies. So let's go straight to tier 2. You can deposit up to $2,000 a day. You can withdraw up to $10,000 every month. You can also withdraw the same and deposit on a daily basis. Crypto is now slightly increased to 5,000. Now, if we move to the monthly basis, you can deposit 10,000, you can withdraw 10,000, and you can withdraw 50,000 USD a month in crypto. Again, it probably isn't needed, but when you get to that stage, it's good to still increase the limit. The last thing you want to do is turn 10,000 into 100,000 or 300,000 or 500,000 through some smart investments, and then be stuck with all of this money on an exchange because you can only withdraw 50,000 a month. So I hope you can see where I'm coming from here. Now again, ideally, the first thing you should do, in my opinion, is complete tier 1 and 2 and go straight for 3 and 4. 3 and 4, in my opinion, are essential. Now again, because the limits are so huge, this is better for us because you never know when the investment you have might just explode 5,000%. Next thing you know, you have 500,000, you have 100,000, and you can't get it out. So tier 3 and tier 4 is where the limits really start to increase. So as you can see here, you have 25,000 deposit limit, so that is for pound, euro, dollar, and you can also withdraw the same amount again on a daily basis. Now $25,000 on a daily basis is huge. So when you move to monthly, you can do 200,000 deposit and withdraw on a monthly basis. Again, this is where you can stop and be like, cool, I'll stick with tier 3. However, you want to get serious with this and you want Kraken to prioritize you. I'm all about getting you guys signed up and ready to trade as soon as possible. Now, Tier 4 does require a bit more paperwork, but the minute this is applied for, you should be ready to go. Whereas it can take a few weeks to get signed up, it could just take less than a week with Tier 4 verification. So let me show you exactly how you do this. Now, I will show you the Tier 1 application fully. This is my full name. Date of birth I did not submit because that's already submitted on Tier 2 and 3. I have my mobile number, which again I will blank out for this purpose of the video, security reasons. And then you move on to Tier 2. So Tier 1 is very simple. Now I will be blanking out the Tier 2 details as well, as this has my address, my postcode, and just for security reasons, you've already got my name. I don't really want to be giving out my address. So again, Tier 2, very simple stuff. No ID needed, just a simple address verification. This should be done instantly. So again, we do this very simply, get this done, we go straight to Tier 3. So now that we're on Tier 3, they'll ask you for 2 pieces of information. Now that will be an identity document proving your identity, which again could be a driver's license, a passport for example, and then they need proof of residence, which normally comes in the form of a bank statement. You can normally get these online from your bank online trading portal. Simply print off the PDF document of your statement, or even take a picture. Just send it through. Tier 3 will begin to be processed. Now this is of course where it starts to take a bit longer. Now most people can do this. So what you want to do is you want to go straight to Tier 4. Now that you've submitted that, you send an email to support, as there's no option to simply just write down what you want to do. Go to verification. Go to Tier 4 individual account. So here we go. You have to open an account first by submitting Tier 3 verification. Then open a support ticket specifying your interest in a Tier 4 individual account. The purpose of the account is obviously for higher limits for everything. You'll get some simple questions here. Is it for a third party? Is it for yourself? Do you have a business account? Are you employed? How much financials do you have? What is your net worth? And again, you don't actually really have to give the correct information here. And obviously, if you put within the medium range, regardless of your financial situation, it just helps them streamline the verification for you. Again, source of wealth. This doesn't matter too much. They do not need to know. Again, investments, inheritance, simple. No questions asked. Once you've filled in all this information and you've sent a support ticket, they will respond to you confirming if you're verified or not. Now, the minute this is done, you're ready to trade and you can do pretty much everything you want from this stage onwards. So now let's move on to the next lesson, and hopefully you should be verified, ready for the next steps. See you in the next lesson, guys.